fire department members, friends. Wow. What a night. Ms. Wanda, thank you for asking me to speak. I'm truly humbled. I'm pleased to be here. I'm glad I found the right place. I was a little worried when I was walking in because everybody looked at me and said, "Excuse me, sir, you're in the right place." Is this the right building? I said, "Is this the Huggy Bear?" They said, "Yeah." I said, "Shit, I'm home." Miss Wanda didn't tell me I wasn't allowed to cuss. I need a little heads up for those kinds of things.
You've been around Charles too long.
I apologize to the children. Somebody made a nomenclature that was wrong. They talked about Charles's grandson. That's Miss Wanda's grandson.
All right.
I saw Charles out at Pizza Hut on Tobacco Road one day. I said, "Hey, you Charles' son?" He said, "Yes, sir, I am." I said, "How's Wanda's baby doing?" That's what happened. His mother mentioned about when he was a student. Well, Charles was a student of my Charles. That just doesn't even sound right. I think that's the first time I've called the man Charles in my life. It was Chuck. It was Huggy the Bear. It was Huggins. Sometimes it was Help, depending on how much trouble we were in. But Chuck came to my EMT school. He was great. He was a great student. And above all the other things he did as a student, he was my temperature monitor. Because the whole time we worked together, we did not agree on what an acceptable temperature was. Now, as you might see, I come a little more insulated than the average person. Therefore, I need a little cooling off. Not so much. Not so much. So he devised a way to let me know that the classroom was entirely too cold. And you know, subtlety, not so much a strong point for him. So he'd come to class wearing gloves. I'm like, that's a little ridiculous. But they weren't just any gloves. No, fine. I don't know if he even owned fire department. I worked with him for 5 years. He did a lot of good things. I don't know if he owns fire department gloves. That's the first time I saw the helmet. I'm impressed. I'm ready to go. So Charles shows up with some UGA, dog, red gloves in the back. Now he might not have had a question, but when he got cold, he was going to raise his hand. It wasn't because he needed an answer. He was just trying to see those red gloves. You see me back here with gloves on. So then we'd have to make the adjustment. Let's see here. So then a couple years later, I survived to be a lieutenant. I go down to number 5, and they said, "Oh, you're going to have to deal with Huggins." I said, "Well, I had him in class. It wasn't that bad." He said, "Oh, but you ain't dealt with Huggins in the company." I said, "Well, I'm a new lieutenant, so therefore I know everything. I got this." There was 2 wrong statements in that last sentence, by the way. I knew everything, and I got this. Just so we're clear. But it was the first 3 months were awesome. Wasn't a single problem, didn't hear a word out of him. And then he came back to work after being hurt. So we had to deal with that after the first 3 months. He come back and we were doing good. And that's the part where I went to school. See, when we were in EMT school, I tried to teach him. When we went down to number 5, I got to do the learning. So there's a couple things that I've learned to this day that I take from my friend Chuck. And one of the simplest things, we talk about someone go, why don't we get this right? He goes, "Look, you don't know what you don't know." And he stopped me dead in my tracks and I was speechless. Do I sound like the kind of a man that is often speechless? Not very often. And I went, I don't know what I don't know. And since then I realized it, and I've used it with other people, and I understand, maybe sometimes we got to teach them. Maybe we got to let them know what it is they need to know. Then I learned some other things. I learned the TV land lineup. Gunsmoke. Now, my favorite one, stand up for a second. Anybody want to guess by the time what their favorite show was? You big dummy.
I know, right?
What? Y'all act like my table was the only one said, look at Fred Sanford. Y'all know you did it, but you're going to blame it on me. That ain't right, people. That ain't right. So here I am. We worked 24 hours, 1898, Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. Much as in tonight's setting was about the same racial equality makeup of where I would work for 24 hours. I'm a fat white guy from Pennsylvania. I do not understand everybody that works in Fives territory, but I didn't have to, because I had somebody that knew everybody there. Now that was a blessing, and that was some more of that cussing. Charles, could we please get on the fire truck? I'll be right there, man. Charles, it's 3 in the morning, somebody's house on fire. I know, let me holler 1 second. And if he didn't know who he was talking to, he'd just make up a name for him. We'd go riding down the road and be like, hey, camera guy. And keep walking. There was dreadlocks, there was front porch guy, there was lawn chair guy. There was a guy growing weed by the railroad tracks across from the station. He was a businessman. There we went. Fred G. Sanford. So we came up with something. Anybody ever see? Y'all watch Sanford and Son, right? Okay. So you remember the 2 cops?
Yeah.
There was, please don't let me get this wrong in this environment. The black cop. We're good with that? Okay. There was the black cop, and then there was the Caucasian guy. Y'all figure out where this is going, right?
Yeah.
And we get there, and we'd have somebody, they couldn't breathe, clutching their chest, finna die. And I'd say, what'd be wrong? And they'd say something, I'd go, I'd look at him, he said, Luke, what he said was, his chest hurt for about 3 days. And I think he wants to go to Tampa. I said, well, that's pretty good. And we came home one night, I said, hey man, I said, we like them 2 cops on Sanford and Son. He said, that's pretty good. I said, so here's the word. If I don't understand what somebody says and I need some help, I'm just going to be like, hey, Smitty. And nobody ever knew. We worked for like 2-3 years together. Nobody knew what was happening. We'd go to the call and be like, hello, sir. I'm Greg with the fire department. I'm here to help you. What seems to be wrong? Hey, Smitty. He said, Luke, I think he needs 4 liters of oxygen. And at that time, I was glad I had to do this EMT stuff, and it worked out really, really good.
Wow.
You know, we talk about the kids. We talk about raising them. Whenever something would go on with my kids, I get a text from Chuck. It goes something like, hey man, nothing but love for the boys. That meant a lot to me. Taught me a little bit about raising kids. And notice I picked my words, I said raising kids. He said there's a difference. He said some people are going to raise their kids and other people just going to grow them. He said if you don't give them the attention and you don't pay attention to them and you don't do things with them, you may be feeding them, you may be watering them, you may give them a chance to rest, but you can do that with a house plant and you're just growing them.
All right.
What I see is the Huggins 5. So I know it was the Huggins 5 because that was that van that came in at about 7:58. For the 8 o'clock start every day, and on the back of it said Huggins 5. There wasn't quite enough room for all the letters, but we all knew what it meant. At about 7:58 in the morning. My favorite one, and I'm going to tell you I stole this line because I think it's epic. When the kids would be in trouble at school, well actually the kids were never in trouble. The teachers, however, were going to be in trouble. He'd come in, Luke, I got to go to school, I got to go take care of something. I got to call the chief. Again. I said, all right, what's going wrong? I said, you know, anytime, Luke? He said, nope. They're about to meet Mr. Huggins. I can picture him walking in there, pulling his shirt open, a triangle with an H in the middle, going, I'm Mr. Huggins. They all survived, so apparently it went well at the end. In the end, it was my pleasure, it was my privilege to work with you. 30 years is a long time. 30 years is forever, every third day. And you know, when he left, he didn't tell a whole lot of people. Come into work one day, I'm like, hey, where's Huggins at? Say, he gone. He gone. I'm like, what? Because that's the other thing I get from Huggins. Every time a famous musician dies, I get a text. That it's become a race over the years to see who can put out the text first. So I think I got him a little while ago. I said, there's death on Blueberry Hill. Chuck replied, got him. All I know is I'm glad that Elvis Presley has already gone on. Because I don't think he could survive the trauma if he was still around and had to go.
Okay.
Chuck, a pleasure, a privilege, an honor. Thank you.